Alright, let's settle this once and for all. Who's really the strongest in the boys' universe? We're talking everyone. Homelander, Soldier Boy, Marie Moreau, Kate, Jordan, even the weird ones Vault would rather you forgot existed. We're ranking every Supe from weakest to strongest based on actual feats to find out who's a god, who's a fraud, and who's just lucky to still be alive. So let's get started. We don't know much about Ladio, except that he used to be Tech Knight's sidekick, which honestly sounds more like a punishment than a job. The Rememberer is like a walking hard drive. Perfect memory, perfect recall, enhanced hearing. He's fantastic for recon, but terrible in a fight. He's not winning any battles, but he's remembering every loss in 4K detail. Tech Knight is a former student of God U. He's gone on to host shows, star in movies, become a cultural icon. His super strong senses of deduction, sight, and smell make him an extremely intelligent Supe, but he primarily uses it just to gain attention, grow his audience, and make himself even richer. This dude thought flying in a war zone was a good idea. He literally buzzed into a firefight and immediately got shot down. Gunpowder is Soldier Boy's old sidekick, a sharpshooter with god-tier aim and serious trigger discipline, which doesn't matter when everyone you fight can tank bullets. If you're bringing a gun to a Homelander fight, you're screwed. Imagine Spider-Man if Spider-Man shot webs out of his butt and had issues. That's it. That's the power set. Yeah, the name says it all. The man can extend and weaponize his appendage. It's surprisingly strong. He's knocked people out cold with it. But that's where the feats end. Great party trick, not so great in a fight with someone who can melt you with their eyes. Blind Spot was the Seven's attempt at inclusivity, a blind superhero with heightened senses, kind of like Daredevil. But when he tried to join the team, Homelander clapped his eardrums and ended his career instantly. Blue Hawk has super strength, good durability, that's about it. He also happened to be a raging racist, which made it that much more satisfying when A-Train dragged him down the street at Mach 2. Together, the TNT twins can generate explosive energy blasts that can send people flying. Problem is, they have to be in perfect sync, which is hard when you hate your sibling. Nowadays, they're better at hosting orgies than saving lives. The Incredible Steve is the guy who went one-on-one with Golden Boy and lost his arms for it. Still, he healed them back, which is impressive. Great durability, but a terrible matchup. Popclaw has claws that pop out of her wrist and a bad drug habit. Popclaw's got decent durability, but her claws probably can't even scratch a 7-tier Supe. Dognot's one of those Supes that makes you question what Vault was thinking when they made Compound V. He's got enhanced agility, feral instincts, and a strong bite. Basically, he's a humanoid pit bull in tactical gear. He's vicious in close combat, but there's no indication that he's got the strength, speed, or durability to hang with even the mid-tier Supes. Ezekiel has elasticity powers. Think Mr. Fantastic, but if Reed Richards was a sleazy televangelist. He can stretch, tie people up, but he's not winning any real fights. Firecracker is Starlight's childhood rival and a current conspiracy nut. She can snap her fingers to make sparks, which sounds way cooler than it is. Doesn't even sound that cool. She's been dropped by Starlight, Kamiko, and Butcher in one hit. When your main weapon is basically static electricity, you're not lasting long. The son of Translucent, Maverick has the same carbon skin and invisibility. He's tough to see, tougher to hurt, but still doesn't have enough raw strength to matter against the real heavyweights. Crimson Countess can throw fireballs and create energy blasts, but she literally needs her hands free to do it. Tie her up, and she's done. So she's powerful, but also a pretty massive weakness. Supersonic has superhuman strength and sonic claps that can knock people off their feet, but not kill them. He tried to stand up to Homelander, got turned into modern art. Nice guy, but no real shot. Translucent has complete invisibility, carbon skin, and insane durability. He's basically bulletproof and tank-proof, but not butcher-proof. His weakness? Soft insides. Literally. The Deep has aquatic telepathy, super strength, and durability. He's way stronger under the water, but even on land, he can throw a solid punch. Problem is, he's the Deep. He's too busy getting weird with sea life to matter in a real fight. The shapeshifter assassin can literally wear someone else's skin. Yeah, it's gross and terrifying. The deception potential is insane, but in a straight fight, well, she's only slightly tougher than a normal Supe. Emma can shrink down or grow giant by throwing up or overeating. It's gross, but it works. Mini Emma can crawl inside people, and Giant Emma can crush cars. If she ever fully learns to size shift on command, which she's getting much better at doing, she could be really dangerous. Black Noir 2 is basically Vaught's rebooted mascot. He's durable, he can fly, but isn't allowed to show it. Looks cool on merchandise. He's a solid fighter, but nowhere near the real deal. Nakib is the human bomb. He can self-detonate with enough force to level buildings, but he's still fragile compared to the upper tiers. Got his head lopped off by Black Noir like it was nothing. V-Core is what happens when a Viking power fantasy meets a bad attitude. Towering Supe with enhanced strength, durability, and a berserker-like rage, V-Core's fought multiple Supes at once and held his own. He's durable enough to shrug off gunfire and melee attacks, strong enough to send most opponents flying. He's a pure brawler. No ranged powers, no finesse, just brute force and a short temper. But within that lane, he's nasty. Zoe Newman, the daughter of Victoria Newman, inherited more than her mom's charm. She also carries the same terrifying potential. Though her powers are still developing, she is absolutely ruthless. If she grows anything close to Victoria's level, she'll be a walking weapon of mass destruction. For now though, she's still untrained, but her potential alone puts her ahead of most rookies. Lamplighter is a former member of the Seven and a master of fire. His flames can melt through walls and ash people instantly. The catch? He can't make fire, only control it. He needs a lighter, isn't fireproof, and somehow manages to make pyrokinesis depressing. Rufus is the definition of wasted potential. He's got legitimate psychic ability, able to invade and influence minds, but uses it mostly for manipulation and self-indulgence. His powers could rival Kate's with discipline, but Rufus lacks that drive and morality. Andre Anderson is Polarity's son with magnetic manipulation powers. He can rip metal apart, crush guns, throw around debris, but overusing it messes with his brain. He's strong, but not stable. Kimiko is a full-on monster. Super strength, speed, and a healing factor that borders on immortality. She's been ripped apart, shot, stabbed, blown up, and just gets back up. Black Noir is the silent killer of the Seven. Super strong and almost impossible to put down. He survived getting his face half torn off by Soldier Boy, still came back swinging. When Noir's around, nobody's safe. When Huey took Temp V, he turned into a teleporting menace. He was strong enough to stagger A-Train and Homelander, but the problem is, it's temporary. Without V, he's just Huey again. Sister Sage might not throw punches, but she doesn't need to. She's the smartest person on the planet. She could outthink God if she wanted to. She's manipulated an entire government just for fun. Physically weak, but she's mentally untouchable. Jordan Lee is a walking duality. Literally. Their ability to switch between male and female forms grants two entirely different power sets. In the male form, Jordan possesses immense strength and near invulnerability. In the female form, she can emit powerful energy blasts, project concussive waves. They've gone toe-to-toe with Golden Boy and survived, something very few Supes can claim. Sam Reardon is raw, untamed power. The younger brother of Golden Boy, Sam's endured years of torture in the woods, and it shows. He's got superhuman strength, arguably on par with Soldier Boy or Homelander, near invulnerability, in an unpredictable mental state that makes him both terrifying and unstable. When he's focused, he's unstoppable. When he's not, you just hope you're not standing nearby. Starlight is actually a powerhouse. She can absorb electricity and fire off blindingly strong energy blast. She's gone toe-to-toe with Stormfront, taken hits from Homelander, stood tall. Her only real limit is confidence. If she ever cuts loose, she's top 10 material. Golden Boy is the God U prodigy, covered in flame, capable of flight, and strong enough to shred Supes with ease. He was the next face of the Seven, until his meltdown took the term burnout a bit too literally. Still, raw power-wise, he was elite. Polarity is way more dangerous than he was before. Before, he was already a human magnet, tossing cars, ripping metal apart, folding steel beams like paper. But after Marie healed him, it's like someone took the limiter off. Now he's casually manipulating metal and operating on a fantastic scale. No more seizures, no strain, just total control. Polarity is basically like Magneto. The fact that he's stronger after his recovery makes him one of the scariest veteran heroes left standing. A-Train is the fastest man alive. He's fast enough to one-shot people, dodge light beams, and liquefy anyone he runs through. Add in enhanced strength and durability, he's not just a speedster, he's a human railgun. Cindy was one of Vaught's biggest mistakes, pure, raw, telekinetic destruction. She can crush buildings, implode bodies, and casually throw Supes like toys. She's the kind of weapon that you don't want to run up against. Harper might just be one of the most dangerous wildcards at Godolphin because her power isn't about strength or speed, it's about stealing yours. She's got power mimicry, meaning she can copy the abilities of other Supes just by touching them. That makes her a nightmare matchup. In a room full of powered people, she's basically unbeatable. Matching your strength, your reflexes, even your unique powers, using them right back against you. She's the ultimate mirror match. Kate's power is one of the scariest in Gen V. She can make anyone do whatever she says with just a touch. In the finale in Season 1, she had everyone dancing to her tune, including other Supes. The only reason she's not higher is because she's fragile and needs skin contact. Still, mind control that level, a top tier threat. Victoria Newman is a literal head popper. She can explode your brain from across the room by controlling molecular pressure. Politically powerful and physically unstoppable, she could end anyone on this list with a thought, if she wanted to. Queen Maeve is the Seven's Wonder Woman. She's one of the only Supes to actually hurt Homelander too. Super strength, speed, durability, and top-tier combat training, she's a brick with skill. Plus, she survived a Soldier Boy explosion. That alone earns top 10. Stormfront is over a century old, but still throwing down like a god. She controls electricity, can fly, and shrugs off heavy artillery. Stormfront fought Kamiko, Maeve, and Starlight at once and almost won. Say what you want about her, power-wise though, she's legendary. Mindstorm doesn't need to fight. He just looks at you and traps your consciousness in a nightmare loop. You relive your worst trauma forever while your body dies. He's fragile, but if you make eye contact, it's game over. Billy Butcher on Temp V was already scary. Laser eyes, super strength, and no mercy. But now with whatever's going on inside him, those black tendrils that killed Victoria Newman, he's borderline monstrous. He's a walking anti-vault bioweapon. Ryan Butcher is Homelander's son and the first natural-born Supe. His heat vision alone nearly disintegrated Stormfront. He's already one of the strongest beings alive, and he's still a kid. Imagine what he'll be at 18. Thomas Godolkin might not look like much at first glance, a calm, mild-mannered man with a polite smile. But underneath that, he's one of the most frighteningly powerful Supes in the boys' universe. Godolkin possesses the ability of possession, allowing him to take full control of another person's body, mind, and actions as if they were his own. And unlike most Supes who rely on brute force or flashy powers, Godolkin's ability is all about domination. Not physical, but existential. Once he's inside your head, it's over. You're no longer you. Your body becomes his weapon, your voice becomes his command, and your thoughts become background noise. Soldier Boy was the original alpha. Super strength, durability, and his chest blast, a nuclear shockwave that not only kills Supes, but erases their powers. He's basically the reset button of the boys' universe. One of the only guys who can take Homelander on in a straight fight. Marie Moreau isn't just one of the strongest students at Godolkin, she's shaping up to be one of the strongest Supes in the world. Her blood manipulation goes way beyond the gross out factor. It's basically molecular level control. She can weaponize her own blood into blades sharp enough to cut through bone, control other people's blood like it's a puppet string, and even heal or resuscitate others on command. That's terrifying versatility. She can attack, defend, heal, and disable opponents all at once. And the craziest part, she's still learning. Even without full mastery, she's already killed trained Supes, restrained multiple people simultaneously, and if she ever pushes her powers to their full limit, Marie could stand toe-to-toe with the likes of Homelander or Soldier Boy. But still number one, the king of the mountain, Homelander. Super strength, flight, invulnerability, heat vision, all at ridiculous levels. He's the most genetically perfect Supe ever made, and the most psychotic. After 4 seasons, he's untouchable politically and physically. Until someone else can burn through his smug grin, Homelander stays on top.